Hello, my lovelies. How are you guys today? This is a happy new year. I'm so happy. So happy you made it into the new year. Yes, 2016. Okay. So many awesome things. I'm still so happy. Our last night church service was so amazing. One of my pastors, she talked about never been getting high or drunk or anything in the natural, but just from last night, I had never ever got drunk or high either, but from last night, I just feel like I'm just having a massive hangover from spiritual high last night from the service being just so amazing, so anointed, just God saturated. And so I kind of feel a little woozy this morning. And I know that's weird to some of you guys, but I just thought I would say that. That's why I'm smiling so hard. Okay, anyway, the purpose of this video, I wanted to do a quick video, and I am determined not to have a part 2 today. So, okay, so I just wanted to talk really quick about the difference between ketogenic, HCG, and Atkins diet. They are so distinctly different. And so I thought I would just share a little bit on that today, and hopefully I don't go past 5 minutes. But you guys know I'm very long-winded. Okay, so keto diet, which I thought was a lot like the Atkins diet, where I was consuming way too much protein, but the keto diet is more high fat, like 80% fat, and then you have moderate protein, and then the other percentage you're going to have in vegetables, leafy, dark green vegetables. I don't do any complex carbohydrates on the keto diet at all. I try to stay as low as possible with the carbs. I'm probably under 20 grams of carbs a day for the keto diet, and my fat content is all the way up to about 80% within the day. And that's the real big difference between keto. And then we got the Atkins, which mostly 75% to 80% is actually protein. And which I learned now that even when you go up, you know how when you if you ever experience keto Atkins diet, you know that even at a certain point of weight loss, like you can lose so much weight, but at a certain point of weight loss, when you keeping it when it burnt all the fat out of your body, the glycogen is still really low. It'll start actually burning the protein as glucose before it'll burn any more fat. And so I did not know that. I didn't know that you can eat a lot of protein and it can start burning the protein as glucose. I didn't know that, and now I do. So I can see how I could have gotten insulin resistant even when I was doing my nose. I woke up with kind of like sinus this morning. Don't like that. I usually, when I do that, I'll do a peroxide flush, nasal flush, where I'll just use a drop of peroxide with water and flush it through my nostrils, and I usually be clean, but I did not do that this morning, and so now I got the itchy nose. So if I sneeze, I'm so sorry, you guys. I notice it come on a little bit more if I start talking, and then my nose will start clogging. Okay, so back to that protein thing. So like at a certain point of Atkins diet, I just stopped losing weight. I couldn't lose weight anymore. No matter how many times I tried to do Atkins again, I couldn't lose all the weight that I had lost before. And the very first time I did it was 2001, in which I had lost over about 50 pounds, 50 or 60 pounds, which took me back to my pre-pregnancy weight after my first and second child. Okay, so that was a bust. And then HCG, of course, 2010 got me down to my goal weight. Well, it actually wasn't my goal weight. My goal weight was 145. I'm 5'7", but at 170, I started looking like what they call a racehorse. which in my mind I didn't. I'm thinking I have to get to 145. What are y'all talking about? I remember getting strongly worded letters in my inbox from my family saying that I was looking way too small. You gotta know with HCG, it eats so much of the body fat that you can be one size and then you are looking so absolutely smaller. Of course, after that too, I think it was Miss Tess. She's also doing ketogenic diet as well right now, and she said the same thing. I tried it so many times. HCG so many times after losing the initial weight, and of course, I don't know if your body get immune to it or not. It's just my body was immune, and I could not lose any more weight, no matter how much I did HCG. So, which lead me to now the keto. I'm praying that the keto, do not have a effect where you just start stalling out for no reason. Okay, so with the HCG, of course, there's almost no fat at all, which I think will account for so much of the, oh my God, I'm hungry, or the head hunger. As we know, our brain is made up of, it uses fat to operate, to allow you to think well, and all these good things that the brain does. And when you are on so low fat, I called it pregnancy brain when I was on HCG, just completely blonde. I was so blonde. I already, people always call me so blonde already and dissy. And so when I was on HCG, I was double blonde. I was platinum blonde. Because I had stuff just would go over my head. But that was the lack of fat in my diet. So, which brings me to the keto diet. The fat in the keto diet has been, okay, I'm going to do another video later on what it has done to my our sexual reproduction system, our hormonal, or not necessarily, but our sex hormones, which is the estrogen, progesterone, testosterone. But I'm feeling my body completely going back into balance. It's been 1 month and my hot flashes is almost subsided completely. Okay, that's another video though. I'm going to talk about that though, because I'm about to be 40 this year. Yes, 40. And so that is one of my major concerns, going through all of these different changes, hormonal changes in my body. And keto is the best thing for hormonal dysfunction. So I'm going to talk about that later though. I just wanted to let you guys know that the difference between the keto, the HCG, and the Atkins diet. So by far, like I said, okay, is this the last thing I'm going to say? This morning I had this thought in my mind. I caught myself getting up, and instead of just doing my bulletproof by itself, I decided to do a meal, because most people say eat like a king in the morning, then a low lunch, and then eat like a peasant in the evening. But I got up this morning. I hate the way I'm feeling right now. Almost like, I'm on top of the spiritual high coming down from. It almost seemed like I got a headache almost. And I caught myself eating this morning to see, can I, feel different and start trying to not eat closer to bedtime. Oh, no, I don't like it at all. I'd rather just do the bulletproof. Because I feel almost like, I don't know, it's just foggy a little bit, and I don't like that at all. I'd rather just do the bulletproof. My biggest hunger comes around about 2 o'clock in the day, so I'm just going to make my 2 o'clock meal my biggest meal. It's going to be 2 o'clock. I can't do the morning. I just cannot. Okay, you guys, I know we have heard people say this all the time. We have heard some people say, when I'm not hungry, it almost makes me feel sick to think about food. Okay, on keto diet, I'm not going to lie, you're going to go through different times where you're going to eat. And I remember the point when I could not stop eating. I think, when we have restricted ourselves with so much fat and satiating foods, it causes us to long for more food. Well, on here, you get so much fatty food that literally after you eat, you just think to your, it's a point in your mind, it is coming, and you're just so disgusted that you don't want no more food. That's how it was this morning. I tried to eat this morning, and I did eat, but it was at a point where it just, I got literally sick on my stomach. Like, I cannot eat not one more bite. That never happens to me. Never, ever in the history of whatever I was doing. It was never a time where I was like, oh, I'm sick of this food. It was always, I want all of my food, and I want everybody else's food too, you know? So, I mean, just for that alone, it is worth the try to have that breaks put on yourself where you can stop eating. Just amazing, simply amazing. And I'm at 10 minutes right now. I'm just going to keep on sharing with you guys my experiences. Oh yes, Miss Granny, I think it was, you are right. It was Stephanie Keto Persons. I was saying Stephanie Universe in my other video, and I'm gonna go back and put a little hyperlink there to kind of change the name so that you guys can see. It's Stephanie. Yeah, she is the one that I'm talking about, far as all the knowledge of 6-year knowledge of keto. So I'm gonna change that in my other video too. So thank you, Miss Granny. Okay, bye.